Another Virginia Democrat has admitted to wearing blackface. Now, this is the Democratic Attorney General of Virginia, Mark Herring. Now, he admitted on Wednesday that he had once worn blackface to a party back in the 1980s. So now he said in a statement, in 1980, when I was a 19-year-old undergraduate in college, some friends suggested we attended a party dressed like rappers. Already, this is a terrible idea. Now, he says, well, it's rappers that we listen to, like Curtis Blow, and that we go there and we perform a song. Already, terrible idea. So, now he admits that it's a terrible idea. In the statement, he says, it sounds ridiculous even now writing it. But because of our ignorance and glib attitudes, and because we did not have an appreciation for the experiences and perspectives of others, we dressed up and put on wigs and brown makeup. This was a one-time occurrence, and I accept full responsibility for my conduct. So now, as far as, I guess, apologies go and owning up to it, he's doing a lot better than Ralph Northam, whose excuse went to, well, yeah, it was me, and yeah, I felt bad about it. Or maybe it's not me. No, dude, not accepting that, right? Can't accept that. Like, in order to get your yearbook picture in there, you actually have to give them an envelope. And this is, of course, at the medical school where Ralph Northam went. And you have to seal it in an envelope and give it to them personally for them to put it in your yearbook. So Ralph Northam definitely lied. Now, this guy, he actually does sound, at least to me, a little bit more genuine. So anyway. Now, this, of course, is related to Ralph Northam, of course. Now, some of you might be wondering why this is offensive, right? Well, everybody knows blackface is offensive, but what is the reasoning behind it? Why is it incredibly offensive? I mean, okay, so let me explain. So this guy, 19 years old, decides to dress up as his rapper, right? Oh, no, it's a way to appreciate rappers, right? I just want to appreciate somebody whose music I listen to, so I'm going to dress up, I'm going to perform a song that I like. Well, the thing is that blackface actually ends up doing the complete opposite of, showing that you appreciate such an artist. In fact, the origins of blackface goes back to the minstrel shows of the mid-19th century. Now, white performers would dress up in blackface, put on tattered clothing, and exaggerate their features in order to look stereotypically black. These minstrel shows started out by mimicking enslaved African Americans on southern plantations and would depict black people as lazy, ignorant, cowardly, or hypersexual. And this is according to the Smithsonian's National Museum of African American History and Culture. So that is the history of blackface. Now, there's a lot of people that may be like, look, yes, it's offensive, but we didn't know it was offensive back then, right? Well, did you, though? Again, that's a question, and if you want to talk about context, I guess, right? We can have some sort of conversation, like maybe you were incredibly ignorant, right, and didn't know it, and since you did it, look, again, I don't even know if I buy that excuse, but I'm trying to be super, super fair, and maybe I'm being too fair, right? But look, as far as Northam is concerned, right? Now, Northam, in his yearbook, on the same page as him, there was somebody dressed up as the KKK next to someone in blackface. At that point, you should know that you're doing something wrong. So Northam, I don't think he was ignorant at all. This guy, I don't know. If people started getting offended, maybe that would clue you in to thinking that maybe you're doing something wrong. But then again, I guess you would have to be around people who would point out why blackface is a problem, right? I don't know if ignorance, though, is a really good excuse that you can use, right? And look, both guys, Northam was in his 20s. This guy, Herring, was 19, right? So, look, it's not as if they were children, right? But you know, they were young adults, and I think, in my opinion, they should have known better, right? Because look, it's not difficult to look at the history, right? I think that a lot of people should at least know the history of this, and so look, there seems to be a big problem in Virginia with this. This is the second high-level person, high-level Democrat that has been found in blackface. And at least this guy, to give him a little bit of credit, came out and admitted it and said, yes, okay, I did that, and I feel really, really bad about it, but I can't take it back, right? So, look, I don't know. You know, there seems to be a big problem with this in the South, in this culture, in this area, and I think we need to continue to spread the information about why this is offensive and why you shouldn't actually do it. Hey guys, hopefully you enjoyed that free video. Now I'm going to have to ask you a favor. Between the demonetization and the YouTube algorithm messing around with view counts, etc., we're having a hard time adjusting to the new YouTube reality, which is where you guys come in. See, we have a Patreon, patreon.com/TYTNation, set up to help us rely on you guys, the viewers, instead of big corporate ads. Look, you know the show. You know how I'm not in favor of big corporations anyway. So help us transition away from relying on the ad model to pay the bills and sign up to be a patron, patreon.com/TYTNation. That goes a long way to help us keep the lights on. And you guys will know that you're supporting independent, progressive media.